Have you ever looked at someone you once swore was your soulmate and thought, wow, my brain was clearly on airplane mode? Don't worry, you're not alone. Today let's talk about why we fall for the wrong people. Because honestly, it's basically a human hobby at this point. So picture this. You're minding your business, drinking water, trying to be healthy, and then suddenly you meet someone whose red flags are waving so hard they could win a national flag competition. But instead of running away, your brain goes, interesting. Let's explore this disaster. Why do we do that? Let's break it down. First, our brains are dramatic. They love chaos like it's their favorite streaming show. Someone who's mysterious, unpredictable, or emotionally unavailable, that's basically a season premiere for your nervous system. Your brain just sits there like, ooh, suspense. Meanwhile, your common sense is tied up in the basement yelling, this is not a good idea. Second, we love what feels familiar, even if familiar hasn't exactly been great for us. If you grew up around people who weren't consistent or affectionate, guess what? Consistency later in life feels suspicious. Someone treating you nicely, your brain goes, why are they being so kind? What do they want? But someone who sends dry texts, forgets your birthday, and replies after 2 business weeks? Ah yes, comfort zone unlocked. There's also the classic potential. We don't fall for the person in front of us, we fall for the version of them we made up in our head. You see someone who's a complete mess, but your imagination goes wild. Sure, he's emotionally unavailable, but imagine how great he'll be after help him. Let me tell you right now, people are not IKEA furniture. You don't get to assemble them into the perfect partner with an Allen wrench and wishful thinking. And don't forget timing. Sometimes we meet the wrong person at the exact moment we're lonely, bored, or trying to avoid dealing with our own stuff. Suddenly, even a walking red flag looks like a carnival ride. Dangerous, but hey, fun for now. Then later you're like, why did I do that? Because bored brain, that's why. Another thing is, we want to be chosen, even if it's by someone who shouldn't be allowed near our emotions with a 10-foot pole. Someone shows the slightest amount of interest, like they remember your favorite snack. And suddenly you're like, wow, true love. Relax. They just remembered food. Not exactly a marriage proposal. And let's talk about chemistry. People love to say, but we had such a strong connection. No, sometimes that's not chemistry. That's trauma bonding with extra seasoning. Real chemistry feels safe. Wrong person chemistry feels like caffeine mixed with anxiety and a hint of this will end badly. And then there's the annoying truth. Sometimes the wrong people look right at first because we're not looking closely enough. Maybe we're focusing on how funny they are, how cute they look, how good they smell, basically everything except their actual behavior. You're blinded by charm until one day you wake up like, wait, this person has the emotional maturity of a wet tortilla. But here's the good part. Falling for the wrong people teaches us what the right people look like. You learn your patterns. You learn your weak spots. You learn that I can fix them is not a sustainable life plan. Eventually, you stop falling for potential and start falling for consistency. You stop getting excited by mixed signals and start appreciating clear communication. You stop choosing chaos because peace finally feels normal instead of boring. You stop chasing people who make you feel insecure and start choosing people who feel like home. And don't try to set the kitchen on fire. In the end, falling for the wrong person isn't a failure. It's feedback. It's a reminder that you deserve someone who doesn't make you question your worth, your sanity, or your Wi-Fi connection because they disappeared for 3 days. So, if you've fallen for the wrong person before, or like 5 times, it's okay. It doesn't mean you're broken. It just means you're human and maybe just a little bit optimistic in a this could work even though it absolutely won't kind of way. But you learn, you grow, and eventually you stop tripping over the same red flags and start walking confidently towards the right people. The ones who don't make your brain scream, danger, danger, but instead whisper, hey, this feels good. And this time, it's real. And when that day comes, oh, it hits different. So yeah, maybe we fall for the wrong people, but only until we learn to choose the right one.